Hello, it's Sherry Rios coming to you with another Broker Bite. I need everyone that is watching this video to stop what you're doing. Did you stop? Are you focusing? Are you paying attention? Because I need everyone to stop with any distractions and pay attention only to what I'm telling you on this video at this very moment. Okay, I made a video about this exact same topic just mere days ago, and yet this morning and this afternoon, I have multiple emails asking for an exception for the exact topic that I posted mere days ago. I'm going to give you the rule, and then I'm going to give you an example, and then I'm going to ask you for something. So I need you to watch this video in its entirety, and then do what I ask you to do close to the end so that I know that you did that. The NAR rules state that our client is to approve any compensation that we are to receive, and that if we plan to receive a compensation amount that is higher than what is in our original agreement, that we have to have an amendment for that at or before the time of contract. At or before the time of contract. Let me give you an example. I execute a buyer's rep agreement with my buyer for 3% buyer agent compensation. We go to a builder. The builder is offering an incentive of 4% buyer agent compensation. My buyer's rep is for 3% buyer agent compensation. The builder is offering 4%. So there's a 1% additional amount than what's in my buyer's rep agreement. The rules state that if I want to receive that additional 1%, which we all want to receive the additional 1%, then I need to execute an amendment to my buyer's rep agreement at or before the time of contract. If I don't have an amendment to the buyer's rep executed at or before the time of contract, the rules state that I am only entitled to receive the amount that is in my buyer's rep agreement. So in this case, that would mean my original buyer's rep agreement was for 3%. Builder is offering 4%. I don't get an amendment executed at or before the time of contract, so then I'm only eligible to receive 3%. That is what the rules state. What is happening and what continues to happen is that agents are not getting the amendment executed at or before the time of contract, and then when they submit their documents and their DD reviews their documents, or when they submit their funding request and compliance kicks it back and says, hey, you've submitted for an amount that's greater than what is in your buyer's rep agreement, or you executed an amendment 2 weeks after contract, this is a violation, then the agent is reaching out to me saying, hey, can you make an exception for me so that I can receive this higher amount? When you reach out and ask that question, you are asking me to make an exception for you, which then puts me out of compliance. That is not a fair ask. I don't come to you and say, hey, can you do this activity which would make you out of compliance in order to benefit me? And it is not fair for you to come to me or to Fathom and say, hey, I didn't abide by the rules. I'm out of compliance and I just forgot, didn't know, didn't pay attention, didn't do it. I knew, but I just didn't do it. But hey, can you just sign off on this so that I can get that additional compensation? And even though that puts you out of compliance, I need you to do that for me. Does that sound like a fair ask to you? So I need you guys to stop doing that. Okay? I've made multiple videos. We've provided trainings. We've provided resources. We've provided reminders. We have provided so many things to you to ensure that you are up to date and aware of what the rules are. And what's going to happen is I'm going to stop making the exceptions. So what does that mean? That means if you execute a buyer's rep agreement for 3% and then you go to a builder who's offering 4% and you don't execute an amendment at or before the time of contract in compliance with NAR rules, then it's likely that myself and Fathom are going to say, sorry, we're no longer willing to be out of compliance to benefit you, so you are only going to be able to receive the amount in your original buyer's rep agreement. We don't want to do that. I want you to receive anything and everything you can from a transaction. I would never want to deny you the ability to earn as much as you can for your transaction. But what I'm not willing to continue to do is be out of compliance in order to make that happen for you. So please help us on this. Please help me help you be in compliance so that I don't have to be the bad guy and say that you are not able to receive something because you are not in compliance. So now I want you at the end of, at the bottom of this video, under this video, I want you to comment understand. By you commenting understand, it tells me that you've watched this video in its entirety and that you understand that in order to receive a compensation that is higher than what is in your original agreement, that you need to execute that amendment at or before the time of contract. So I want you to type in understand. That tells me that you took the time to watch this video, that you understand the rule. Of course, there's going to be times when an exception is needed because of a one-off circumstance. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in general. So by you typing understand, you're telling me that you're taking the time, the 6 minutes that it took me to make this video, that you took that time to review this video, and that you are going to work hard to make sure that you are in compliance so that we can be in compliance. Thank you. Tough love. I don't want to keep being tough love, but I appreciate you watching the video and applying this and making sure that we are all in compliance with the rules.